You think you hate Black Desert, but in reality, you only hate the way you're playing the game. And by playing the game, I mean thinking about the game. Thinking about Black Desert Online, you have to think about the core gameplay loop. The core gameplay loops of many games develop from the so-called dopamine-seeking reward loop. So, how dopamine works is, when you have a positive interpretation of a certain experience, it can encourage you to push yourself further into situations that keep you safe, growing, or rewarded. Translate the dopamine loop into the core game loop. It can look like this. You have a challenge, and in order to achieve a positive outcome out of this, you have to take specific actions. If you do take the right actions, the game will reward you. But without a core gameplay loop, players will flounder attempting to find an effective way to play the game, ultimately struggling to find a path that works for them, and eventually giving up in frustration or disinterest. I'm not saying Black Desert hasn't got a core gameplay loop. No, it does have one indeed. In fact, BDO got a really simple gameplay loop. Let's say you want to get better gear. Then you repeat a certain action until you get enough silver from it, by grinding, for example. Then you get this better gear and go and repeat this certain action more efficiently until you get enough silver from it to do all of this again. Doing that mindlessly without a goal can bring joy to some people, but most of the gamers nowadays want to be the very best at what they're doing. So they spend hours after hours repeating the core gameplay loop until they realize, fuck, I'm nowhere near to become the very best. This game sucks. Games are supposed to be fun, having a good time, enjoy what you're doing. When this doesn't apply to you anymore, you should probably set a new goal. There are plenty of things you can do in Black Desert Online. Let me just list some of them. Questing, chopping trees, chopping chopped trees, sucking on trees, spending money, do instant runs with friends, standing on top of rock piles, roll dice, filling water in bottles, shaking water bottles, shaking butter, gamble progress, grinding wild beehives, eating lobsters, fishing ancient relics, hunting feather wolves, play farming simulator, cooking the same meal 1,000,000 times, turn herbs into gold, travel around the world on a wagon or ship, claim tons of rewards you did absolutely nothing for, challenge souls-like bosses, gathering herbs and flowers, horse training, killing butcher animals, tanning them, dry fish, filtering the water from the water bottles you filled earlier, and so on. All of those things are tools to get to your goals. And if you don't enjoy using one of those tools, there's always another tool that you can use. It might not be as effective in matter of time or precision, but you will reach your goal at some point. There's no need to hurry at all, really. Just to give you an idea of what a potential goal could be, here are some goals that I had in mind when I came back to Black Desert Online 6 months ago. Building a worker empire, hunting 600 energy, farming 400 contribution points, get your favorite pets, get all 3 T9 horses, or get all 3 T10 horses, reach a certain level, grind a certain spot, get a certain treasure item, be the one who granted all 3 of the Land of the Morning Lights buffs for once. Maybe take a step back. Set a goal for yourself and pick some tools you'd like to use to reach that goal. And try not to overdo it. If you want a more specific in-depth example of how to set up goals and choose tools, you can click on my video in which I tell you my story and how I did it for nearly half a year without ever getting tired of it and doing the same things over and over again.